Happy Friday, everyone. Tom Grisafi coming to you from RFD TV studios. It's a quiet afternoon here in Nashville, but I got the one and only Don Wick. He was busy this week. I was busy this week, and the markets had a good week. If you like cattle going up and corn going up, we got lots of news out of DC and other various things. Mr. Wick is right there. See, I click the button and poof, he pops in. You had a crop tour this week. Would you like to talk about that?
Sure. Each August, we do our own crop tour. We always seem to follow the week following Pro Farmer and just get a snapshot of what's happening in the far northern Corn Belt in places like North Dakota and northwest Minnesota. Tommy, it's interesting. You've been with me in far western North Dakota,
Absolutely.
and this time of year, it's typically everything's burnt up. It was grass green. The cows have grass right up to their belly. It's very unusual to see green grass and the conditions that we have in western Minnesota and central Minnesota at this time. So that was pretty exciting to see. We saw a lot of soybeans that were full of pods. They looked good. We got into northeastern North Dakota on Tuesday, and in that area, they were dealing with some more. The crop is a little farther behind, but there's bushels there if this Mother Nature allows that crop to fully mature. That northeastern North Dakota area also is every combine in the world seemed to be running in that region. While the rest of the week we've been on the road, I barely saw anything moving. But northeastern North Dakota, they're still hopping in the wheat harvest. We moved into far northwestern Minnesota. When you're looking at Roseau, Minnesota, right on the Canadian border, and we're looking at corn in the 215 area, and they were very close to black layer. It's pretty impressive to be seeing that again in Roseau. It's a real testament to the genetics and some of the management that's happening in that footprint. One of my partners took off on Thursday yesterday and was in that southeast North Dakota territory. Tommy, that's the area where had two huge wind events. We lost a lot of grain bins, a lot of infrastructure, and there's a lot of corn that dealt with too much rain and a lot of wind. The corn that's standing looks really good, but it's a challenge. Today, this morning, I was in the Minnesota side of the southern Red River Valley, and we saw some beautiful crops. Everything we saw today, they got out the yield estimator, and we're looking well over 200 bushels. So there's a lot of optimism with this crop. We're going to need every bushel, as you know, though.
Yeah, the markets were up today, and we could talk about that in a little bit. We got Don Wick, Red River Farm Network, with us. He went on crop tour. Let's head out to DC. We got all types of stuff there. We can go with the Fed's cook. We can go with your fired apprentice style. A lot of people got whacked. A lot of threats, and with that, we have a holiday weekend coming too. So, where would you like to start?
Well, let's talk about when you talk about Cook, the Fed governor that the White House wants to push out of the job. There's going to be some legal challenges, obviously, to that. There's always that separation of church and state between the Fed and the administration. That's the way the Fed was set up. So there's a bit of a consternation with that. Trump certainly wants to have a little more control, particularly with these tariffs kicking in. So that's a big issue. That was the big story, I think, in the news. But then you saw the CDC with a lot of folks walking out because of their disagreement with Secretary Kennedy. And then one that I don't think I saw a lot of headlines on, but we were reporting on it, was the Surface Transportation Board. There's, 3 people on the STB. They take care of oversee all the rail decisions and some of the mergers that are out there. The Democrat member of that being terminated as well this week. None of these areas are, there are appointments that are made, and they shouldn't be under the authority of the president to be terminated at will. So all of these, I think, are going to be
in court.
Yep.
I happen to know what year the Fed started. I believe it was 1913 by President Woodrow Wilson. I only know that because I Googled that this morning for a hit we did on Cow Guy about the Fed. And the hit was, can the Fed stay independent, right? There's people who say the government should be more involved in the Fed. I don't think people realize how how much power or power is not the right word. How much freedom the Fed has? I mean, the Fed is an independent agency, correct?
Yeah. But don't you think there probably should be some of that independence in a situation like that?
Yeah, because presidents come and go. They die. They step down. I mean, Richard Nixon resigns. Do you change your financial policy? I mean, that
Right.
just they need to be consistent. Now they say they can't be swayed by the government, but others would argue. I mean, whoever appointed them in that party, they probably want to win again. They're not rooting against their party, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
Like the
We all come
Supreme
into things
Court,
with
right?
political bias, right?
Right, like the Supreme Court. These people get appointed, and they're probably not hoping their guy or gal loses. But Trump did appoint several people to Supreme Court, and they've ruled against them like crazy. They're probably because they say this is right. It's my job to do right and wrong, and this I'm going on the side of right. And care if he put me in here. It's they're supposed to do the right thing. We'll see, but the Fed's supposed to do the right thing for the United States and create liquidity and help in times of uncertainty, and definitely create liquidity and stop inflation from getting out of
And
control.
the Fed governors aren't their terms are like 14 years. I mean, it's
Yeah,
a
they're
very
long. Yeah,
lengthy.
because
Yeah.
Lisa Cook was supposed to be in there forever. We'll see. I don't know what happens. If my guess is she stays. Very hot topic this week, though. Okay, go back to your crop tour. When you're talking to these people about all these bushels, we have the worst basis around in North Dakota right now.
Yeah. Talked with some farmers. They're talking about piling corn on the ground, just because storage is a challenge in North Dakota and northwest Minnesota to begin with. It's not like we're in an ice state. We don't have the bins that you may have in other parts of the world. But when you look at some of the damage that we had earlier this season with a couple of different wind events, the bins took out by 80, 90 mile an hour winds. So that's going to make it even tougher. But that basis is ugly. And at the same time, they're looking at their input costs haven't changed. And fertilizer bill looks like it's going to be edging up a little bit again. So, yeah, there's a lot of consternation with the whole thing, Tommy.
Pretty crazy times. Well, we got to. A lot of people are hoping. We had someone. I believe this young man. I'll pull up his picture. I believe he said something at the Farm Progress show about. This youngster here.
Yeah, Deputy Steven Vaden. He talked about a bridge, maybe some financial assistance outside of some of the assistance packages that are already in play here before the end of the year. He didn't offer many details, but at least he used those words, a bridge payment of some sort.
Yeah, because the U.S. farmer is extremely worried. I mean, extremely worried. I don't want to say nobody's cash flowing. Very few are cash flowing. This is not what we want for agriculture. And now, hey, don't worry, we'll make it up. We're the government. Then you don't work for yourself as a farmer. You work for the United States government. If this keeps up, and the farmer's so fiercely independent, they're going to cash a check, but they're not going to be happy about it, right?
Yeah. Did you see the editorial Beth Ford, the CEO at Land O'Lakes, wrote about the farm economy?
I did.
I think she really kind of sounded the alarm. She's got a lot of respect in those boardrooms all across the country, I think, and maybe that made a bit of a difference. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But we got to get to these people right here because they're the ones with the money, right?
Yeah, they're still on recess, so we'll see. They'll be coming back into work here next week. Actually, after Labor Day, they'll be coming back into DC. They've been off since late July, so this is that August time when they're out campaigning or meet with constituents. It's going to be interesting to see what they can get done with the so-called skinny farm bill. They did a lot of work on that one big beautiful bill, but now we'll have to see if we could get the finishing touches on a lot of the different policy areas that we have yet in this farm bill.
You know what the farmers want right there? They want some Trump bucks.
Yeah.
Some Trump bucks. No, they want a good market. They do not want Trump bucks. Well, we do not have a deal with China. Brazil's growing a ton of soybeans, kicking our butt. South America's getting ready to kick butt. Speaking of kicking butt, cattle had another good week. Let's be happy here. Cattle doing well. Corn, beans, wheat finished the week strong. Matter of fact, of all the commodities I quoted today, only cotton was down, and I only have one client who deals with cotton in their rotation in Texas. But a big day and a nice little week for corn and beans, and we're digesting these numbers. On the cow guy today, my fourth segment, we do 5 segments now. It's an hour, but Arlen Suderman was on, and I took time to ask him, if you all go back and watch that, about, hey, Arlen, I've heard your name a little bit lately. You've been in the press with some big number. You keep saying that the August rains aren't finishing as well, and folks in the Pro Farmer Crop Tour said, but when's your next survey? And he said, look for StoneX next survey next Wednesday. So I'm looking really forward to seeing when StoneX comes out with their new group of numbers. He said they survey hundreds of clients from all over, and that's how they come up with that math. And he said, people think I can influence. We do a survey, we take the numbers, and we post them. It really has nothing to do with him. If you could put anyone's name on it, he said. But he did catch a little heat for it. What he did talk about, though, was the positiveness that himself and the USDA came out with these really big numbers. The markets digested it in the month of August and closed higher than where they were in July. And that's a very positive
It says
sign.
a lot right there, doesn't it?
Yeah. All right. We talked, what a week, corn, cattle, crop tour. Some people got whacked, as us Italians like to say, in D.C. I think that about covers it. Anything else on your mind, Mr. Wick?
Just everybody have a safe Labor Day weekend. It's always that last gasp of summer. It seems like it went really fast for me anyway. I hope everybody has a good one as we move into a new month.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Markets are closed Sunday. We'll be back open Monday. How do people get a hold of your newsletter and learn more about what's going up on the Great North?
You can subscribe online with our website, rrfn.com. It is a weekly newsletter, comes out every Monday, called FarmNet News, and it's a good snapshot of what's going on in the world of agriculture.
Excellent, Mr. Wick. Well, this is Tommy Grisafi with the Ag Bull Podcast, Ag Bull Trading, coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee. I'll be traveling next week and, of course, doing my job. Don Wick is in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Wishing you all a great weekend. Make sure you like and subscribe. The Ag Bull Podcast can be found all over the place. Just Google AG Bull. We have a new website coming out in a few weeks. We're real excited about it. Thank you, Mr. Wick.
Take care, Tommy.